Hi there guys, and welcome to the latest issue of Retro Gamer Magazine. Apologies for the delay on videos. I've been off sick for a while, and this has been the first opportunity I've had to really do one. So what we'll do is we'll quickly run through it now, so hopefully my hands won't get in the way. So let's have a look. So this is obviously an interview with Julian Gollop, who his Chaos Reborn has hit the Kickstarter funder. So hopefully we will see that come. It's basically an interview with him why he went to Kickstarter, what he was hoping to achieve. We've also managed to get an interview with the guys working on the new Gauntlet game, which I'm quite pleased about. It does look pretty good from what I've seen. And just other stories, Shenmue, the license, the trademark being lost in the US. The fact that there's 3D Outrun on the way and a new Crazy Taxi game, which will be covered in more detail very shortly. Look at the vault, there's some cool stuff available that you can buy. Paul Davies talks about the Nintendo Game Boy and the normal diary, and we've got our usual back to the 80s and back to the 90s. This is Croc, Legend of the Gobbos. Just a reminder as well that if you go onto retrogamer.net and you go into our the game section, you can actually upload your own reviews, and the best ones will get featured in the mag, like this one has. Okay then, so this is our main feature. I'm really pleased with this. It's basically it's an exclusive, world exclusive, with Makoto Uchida, who basically made the amazing Golden Axe. So we've got unprecedented access. Really pleased with it. He's a really entertaining guy. We've spoke to him a few months back when we did the making of Altered Beast, but there's some absolutely fantastic anecdotes in this feature. There's the guy himself. Yeah, I just love the fact here that he's gone onto a shelf in his stood next to a shelf in his office so he can show off Tyrus Flare. Yeah, really good. I'm really pleased with this. We changed the way we do our conversions as well. So we've done it as flow and text, just to give you an overall idea of the actual game. So I'll be interested to see what you think of that. Yeah, that's straighter. Okay, moving on. This is a moment with Roland Perry. The Amstrad is 30 years old this year, and Roland was involved with its creation. And this is a making of Zarch. Now, obviously, David Braben has a big game coming out later on this year. You may have heard of it. It's called Elite Dangerous, I think. But this is one of his more interesting games, which came out on the Archimedes originally, and it later came out and was known as Virus. So we speak to him about that game, and this month's import only is courtesy of Luc Auberger. I believe that's Live a Live, or Live Alive. Yeah, Live a Live, I think. But feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. And this is our Game Boy feature. The system's 25 years old, pretty much. A day or two back, so the timing for this has been fantastic. We spoke to various developers about why the machine was so great to code on, and again, I'm really pleased with the way it's turned out. This is a look at like the entire Nintendo handheld range. Absolutely stunning work by our designer John, which continues with this feature, which as you can see is styled to look like an old Crash feature from an old Spectrum mag from back in the day. And this basically looks at the rise and fall of cheats, how cheats used to be massively popular, the lengths people would go to make them, and how they're not as popular as they once used to be. Again, really cool design with this. Really pleased with the magazine at the moment. I think there's some absolutely fantastic work being put into it by the freelancers and people like John and Nick. Tekken is 20 years old, amazingly. And again, we were lucky enough to speak to one of the main driving forces behind the series, who has basically told us about the entire franchise. So again, really pleased with that. And people have been asking for more recent retro coverage, so hopefully things like that are what you want. Okay, then this is I've not really heard much of this company before I've read the feature. It's called Law Design. This is one of the things I love about Retro Game, and I think it does really well, that basically even now that we're 120 odd issues down the line, there's still interesting stories to be told. And Lore Design predominantly worked with a lot of, they did Atari 8-bit stuff, Spectrum conversions, and they worked on the Jaguar, I believe. Twinkle Star Sprites, always been a big fan of this game, so it was quite good fun to revisit it and do a little write-up on it. And keeping with our beat-em-up theme this issue, we've got a piece on scroll and beat-em-ups. I've always called them scroll and fighters. I think that makes more sense, but everybody else calls them beat-em-ups, so that's the terminology we went with. Yeah, it's a really good informative piece from Mike Bevan. I quite like, where is it? I thought this was quite cool. This is the best scroll and beat 'em up ever. So we've basically taken elements from all different fighting games. So like the best boss we like, the level we like, the characters we'd have. This was a concept which our production editor Steve Holmes came up with, and yeah, it's really good, really great idea. So. You know, you'll see more stuff like this in the mag going forward. This is my Last of Us piece. I genuinely believe this is one of the greatest games ever made. It's certainly the best game I've ever played. So hopefully you guys will either play the PS3 version or look into the new PS4 one, which is coming out. Incidentally, I'm not particularly pleased about that as an actual owner of the machine, but that's an argument for another day. So the top 25 Saturn games. The Saturn's going to be 20 years old later on this year. So we thought we will obviously have a feature round about that time, but we thought it'd be quite fun to see what you guys think of the best games, and Sega Rally Championship wins it. Continuing on, we've got The Unconverted, and this is an interview with Carl Hilton, who basically was involved in quite a few big Rare games, including GoldenEye and Perfect Dark. And he's currently working at Crysis. Bobby Barron, interesting mashup between Spin Dizzy and Marble Madness. And look at this month's review. So our main review is Neo XYX, and then we look at a few others, including Pinball Arcade, Final Fantasy HD, Resident Evil 4 Ultimate Edition. And we've also changed the homebrew section this month, giving it a bit of a lick of paint. John's going to be slowly tweaking the formula over the coming months, and we're obviously keen on getting as much retro news as possible, along with reviews. So you know, if you've got anything that you'd like to see featured in the magazine, then please let us know at the usual address. Letters page, and next month, so we've got the Lynx Effect, because the Lynx turns 25 years old. We've got Escape from the Planet of the Robot Monsters, The Hardest Games of All Time, Crazy Taxi, and the Bluffer's Guide to Maze Games. So that's your issue for this month. Really pleased with the content in it. I think it's really nice and balanced. Hopefully you're going to like it too. And don't forget, I'll be putting up more videos shortly. So this is Darren Jones from Retro Gaming Magazine. Thanks ever so much for your time. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.